Radiant team ban.
Oh!
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Welcome back, everybody. It is our last game for the Southeast Asian qualifiers. MVP Phoenix versus Fnatic. Game number 5. Blitz, welcome back.
Hello. Did you tell them where I went?
I did.
I was our gopher. I went and got us food.
I mean, we're going to be here all day. We're doing the European qualifiers after this, so that's actually going to be starting at 18 CEST.
Plus, we have Zai, who's just the worst.
You hear that, Zai?
Say that to my face.
Dire team.
Somebody just Skyped me, Zai, and they said, I thought you were the meanest caster before, but not anymore after hearing Zai.
I mean, if you want me to be a nice guy, I'll be a nice guy.
Nah, dude, be yourself.
Every time you cast, you're just being a bitch, so.
You just said you were gonna be a nice guy.
Well,
You told him to be yourself, so, you know, he decided to be himself.
10 seconds remaining.
That's true, that's true.
You did this to yourself, but.
Well.
Yeah, you said I was one of the
5
boys, though,
seconds
so I'm
remaining.
all good with everything.
Alright.
Reserve time.
Alright, you guys want to talk about the game at all? We got a Wisp first pick for MVP Phoenix. Bristleback Winter Wyvern is the response from Fnatic. They're not going to allow the Wisp Bristleback to go into the hands of Phoenix again.
Radiant team
Yep.
ban.
It's kind of the same thing they did with the Spear Picker last game. What Fnatic did, they just picked the Bristle to kind
Dire
of
team ban.
block pick it, in a sense. So MVP just go for the Spear Picker instead. One of their comfort heroes.
Okay, so I assume Fnatic. Okay, so that's like
10
the meta that's
seconds
developed
remaining.
in this best of 5, right? Where they're valuing Bristle really high just because
5
they don't want to ban it,
seconds
but
remaining.
MVP Phoenix wants it really bad. And it's probably not. The Bristle's probably a lot
Reserve
more
time.
stable than the Spear Breaker, right? Like the Spear Breaker really has to make space in the early game, I feel, to really have impact.
So you need another Wisp hero besides Spirit Breaker, right?
Radiant team
Yeah, because
ban.
if you have, I think if you have the Bristleback, you can almost treat it like a third core.
Yep.
But with the Spirit Breaker, he's not
Dire
quite a
team
support,
ban.
but he's not quite like a third core either. He occupies some like weird dead zone.
Alright, our next set of bans, Darkseer and Phantom Lancer by MVP Phoenix. Fnatic take away the Slark. Now
10
waiting on their
seconds
4th
remaining.
ban. Is the Slark just strong
Dire
versus
team pick.
versus Bristleback, and just because he lasts long and you're able to steal a lot of stats from him?
Radiant
I think
team
Sox is
pick.
good against Bristol Wyvern because when you play against Stark, you need heroes with catch. And if you already have like 2 out of your 5 heroes with no catch, maybe going up against Stark isn't going to be that good.
Okay.
Maybe you have some other ideas that doesn't involve picking heroes with catch. So, they pick up the Lion though, which was super useful in, what was it, game
10 seconds remaining.
3? Yeah, game 3.
5 seconds remaining.
And that game they also had the Lion Wyvern combo. So, we'll see how it does this
Dire
game
team
compared to game
pick.
3.
No Darkseer this time around. Lena, though, for MVP Phoenix.
Lena is a good hero.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, right? Like, it's not necessarily a counter to anything here. It's just a strong mid for QO to potentially dominate on.
It's good versus Winter Wyvern too. Like the setup, he cold
You know
embraces
what-
somebody.
10 seconds
You know what the best counter
remaining.
to Wyvern is?
What?
THG, which is macro
5
power on top
seconds
of the quota
remaining.
base. They're
Okay.
dead.
Is that
Reserve
actually a good
time.
hero aside from that though?
THG?
Yeah.
It can work.
I mean, if you're facing Templar Assassin, 1 versus 1 mid.
You remember? I remember it was Empire tried doing that when Dendy was playing TA a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work. It wasn't that cool.
Last time I saw it, it worked.
It sounds cool in theory, but then you're stuck with a mid THD.
You just push.
It's not that bad. Yeah, you just push.
Just push.
Yeah, it's like Dragon Knight pretty much. Like if the enemy leads the lane, you just pop your multi-form as DK, or if you're THT, you just look to fire the tower, and eventually it dies. It's okay. The only thing you lack is damage. THT only kind of gives you control and stuff. Anyway, I don't think either team is gonna pick up THT, so maybe we should move on.
All right, Fnatic. They got to choose what are the cores here. There's still Queen of Pain in
Radiant
the
team
pool.
pick.
Skeleton Man, number 2.
Who's Skeleton Man number 1?
Wraith King.
Oh, well, it used to be Wraith King,
Yeah, I
I
was
guess.
about to say he's no longer
He's still.
Skeleton Man.
Let's be real. He's still Skeleton King.
Shout out to Skeleton King.
Pour one out for the homie.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's Biggie, Tupac, and Wraith King. Those are the boys.
5 seconds remaining.
Will always be remembered.
Reserve time.
The ones that died too early. Anyway, I'm not really sure why they pick up the Clinks. Maybe they kind of figure it's the same kind of game plan as the Weaver. You just have this one hero that just kills the Wisp with physical damage.
Yeah.
How did it go in the previous game?
It was okay, but I mean, Weaver did his thing. He killed Lina, Wisp, and Shaker, but then they didn't really have anything to deal with Bristle and TA, who were super farmed.
Okay.
But it seemed fine against the Wisp itself. The only problem was they're surrounding 2 core heroes, I think.
I think Clink struggles though against Spirit Breaker, right? Like if the
Dire
early
team
game doesn't go
down.
well, and now it's even harder because I think I think it was your game that I saw was Fnatic versus you guys in the group stage, where they had like an Undying plus Bloodseeker offlane. You guys had like Klink's Rubik or something like that.
Yikes, that was a good game. Yep.
10 seconds
That was
remaining.
the Coddle. What else was it? We had a Coddle,
5
maybe we had a
seconds
Tusk.
remaining.
We had some shitty ass safe lane. We just lost every lane, and then we lost like 23 to
Reserve time.
2 or something.
Yeah, that was I think you and I casted that, Cap. Was it? No, it was me and LD.
Yeah.
It was me and LD.
UNLD.
Yeah.
I didn't cast any secret
Great-
games except
Great game, really. It was one of the best ones.
Radiant team ban.
Jesus.
That was like when people started picking Bloodseeker and put him in the off, and it was his cancer. Because we picked like heroes that couldn't do anything, and we lost.
Dire team pick.
All right, to no real surprise, MVP Phoenix will last ban out the Queen of Pain. So there's no Mushi Quab. I mean,
Well,
why wouldn't they have gone for Queen of Pain, 4th pick?
I guess it's just the hero that came into mind when we looked at motions mid heroes. They picked Magnus last game because Quab
10
was probably
seconds
banned or
remaining.
something. But I hope they don't go for Magnus again.
5
I
seconds
would like
remaining.
to see something a bit different.
Oh,
yep.
Radiant team pick.
It was different at least.
Yeah, it worked well in game number 3 for Fnatic. It's a pretty heavy emphasis in late game, though. You've got 3 cores, one of which is Adusa.
Yeah. Oh, they plan to pick this too, because they banned the anti-mage before they picked up the Dusa. So
10
I guess this was
seconds
pre-planned. The only difference in this game compared to game number 3 is that
5
instead of
seconds
Darkshade
remaining.
Leshrac, they have Bristle Clinks, which really isn't the same thing at all. Like Darkshade
Reserve
Leshrac
time.
gives you a lot of stun, it gives you a lot of like teamfight control,
Mhm.
while Bristle Clinks are kind of just physical damage dealers. They can just kind of run in there.
Yeah.
Realistically, they only have like 2 teamfight stunts. So if the Medusa pick was really good in game 3, it's gonna be significantly weaker here, I feel.
Winter Wyvern and Lion are just going to have nothing in this game. Just because there's so much greediness from Fnatic with Bristle, Clinks, and Dusa all trying to farm up.
I'm interested to see what Phoenix is going to pick up here.
It's really weird because, like you said, there's going to be a pretty poor distribution of farm. It'll be okay if the Clinks just roams around. I actually think the Clinks actually has to be the person to space crave for the other two.
Yeah. He plays it the way like Eternal Envy plays Clinks, where he goes into the enemy jungle and immediately starts like taking away some of those camps and trying to gank here and there. But he mainly just farms up the jungle until he sees an opportunity.
Fear does that too, where he rotates super early from the safe lane to the mid. Because the amount of physical damage that you can output in the beginning, once you eat a creep, is pretty high.
And then if you do that, you can maybe give Lion like the lane to be able to pick up his level 6 and start working towards Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
Because they're going to need that extra initiation against the last pick of MVP Phoenix, which is the Drow Ranger.
It's kind of a weird pick because they only have 2 heroes that directly benefit from the Drow. Usually when you pick a Drow, you already have
5
like
seconds remaining.
maybe a Visage or something that's like super good with the hero.
The Wisp doesn't even benefit from it.
Yeah, because he won't auto attack a lot.
Yeah.
That no turn rate though.
But they did need some early game pushing power, right? Like, you can't go late game against Fnatic pretty clearly, so what else would have really been left that would have given you that kind of pressure early?
I guess Drow is okay against Medusa in the long run. You just kind of sit there and hit him, and eventually you have a lot of damage on Drow. Especially you have like space creators like Spirit Breaker and Undying that he's kind of run in there. Create chaos for you to auto attack. It could be okay.
Right, okay. Already breaking down some of the trees. MP is going to be our mid here against the Black Dusa. He'll have a Wisp pairing up with him, probably just stacking up mainly. And
It should be okay for the Drow, as long as Wyvern doesn't mess with him too much.
30 seconds to battle.
And even then, you've got the Wisp to be able to heal you up. That happens. So then we have an off-lane Mushi Clinks that's going to be facing up against the Lina, and then an aggro dual lane of Undying and Spirit Breaker, though I presume Undying is just going to move to wherever you're going to need it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to try and sandwich this one. Light Strike Array goes on to Black. They already start getting out some damage, but MP is slowed down. Mushi comes in from behind. He does go for Searing Arrows first to give him the extra damage, but with the Wisp Tether, they'll have the movement speed necessary to be able to get out.
They didn't get the bounty rune though on QO, and they took so much damage on everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, it's MP that's going to be mid against the Drow?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that should be fine.
He doesn't need the bounty rune necessarily. And they got it on the Undying, which I kind of like. Just the Undying getting to level 2. So you can start really putting pressure early on with the Decay Tombstone ready to go.
I actually think the Undying should just rotate bottom right now.
Yeah, he has to go wherever the supports are, right?
Yeah.
He already bought a TP, so he's getting ready to move.
Yeah. And this is going to be a pretty dangerous tri-lane when they have the Undying here. Light Strike Array already landing on Ohio. They can actually slow him down a left. He doesn't have Arctic Burn. Already the Hex goes out, but Ohio flying over the trees, health potion up. He's going to be good. He starts kiting around these heroes. QO is actually going to be able to deny himself to neutrals while Febby picks up the kill. Febby even getting away. No! The last couple of right clicks follow him to his death. So in the end, they get first blood, but they only give away 1 kill. The other one was a suicide to neutrals.
That underrated Wisp draw damage.
Yep, got him, +6 damage, yep.
That was enough.
Denied.
That's enough. That was pretty good for MVP's lane. Ohio kind of overstepping there. His Q was on cooldown, so he's essentially just useless as Wyvern on level 1. So, kind of misplaying there.
Why didn't Heen just TP down? Instead he just ran all the way.
I think he wanted to mess with Medusa mid a bit to make MP's life a bit more easier.
Okay.
He went over there and did at least 2 decays on the Medusa. So.
Is that a Dusa favored lane? I guess neither of them can really kill each other, so they should just trade farm.
I think Medusa has advantage early, but then once Drow gets damage.
Did you just get bashed a bunch?
He just got double bashed. Marge just bashed him twice to the face.
That's
So
rough.
March is racking up a lot of those quill sprays.
Overall, though, I think Fnatic has better lanes this game.
QO?
Bristol.
Oh god, that was not the play to man up. That's extra 50 range. Or what, 70 range? No, 30 range. Mushi had just enough to be able to get off the last flaming arrows to kill QO.
Wow, I didn't even know that Clicks had that much range. Wow.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
They're doing a lot right now to pressure this mid, though. And these lanes are pretty exploitable. Like, MVP needed the laning phase, I think, to go a little bit better than it has so far.
Yeah.
Just because with the core like Dro, you really need to be able to protect her in the mid game.
I think a lot of it's because the Undying has to preemptively kind of read where the Fnatic supports are going to be at. Because if he's bottom and the supports aren't there, he's not really useful because Mushi is still like an invis hero and they don't have a direct stun to stop him. So like he's fine. And then if he goes middle, he's just kind of like soaking experience. That's awkward. So he's kind of always know where the supports are going to be at and try and counteract them.
It'll be okay though, I think. If the Undying gets some levels, like their 5-man is still really strong. They're just not getting levels on anybody.
Yeah.
I guess Fnatic are in a similar position, but I think it's more important for MVP to play the experience game than it is for Fnatic.
Yeah. I would agree.
Wisp and Undying are both heroes that kind of need their levels in the early game. Like even more so than Lion White, I would say. So right now being gimped onto their supports kind of slows them down, as you said.
Mushi's just training hits with QO too. QO actually can't really fight this.
Yeah, it's a tough lane. He really needs the...
He's a
Seems
full
like
medallion.
Wisp is just focusing on stacking, so that will be an advantage that they should have over the Dire side. Looks like they've just got one hard camp stacked and that's it.
They're gonna go for the Spirit Breaker up top, but I don't know if he dies.
They've got the Hex as well, so even once he starts charging, bounce back. Oh, wow. Net. He tried to hold on to the Hex until after he charged away, but he was too close.
Yeah.
And immediately got bashed.
I think
if you use Hex after the stun, I think he dies.
Yeah. Because Ohio has Arctic Burn going. They definitely have enough damage, I think, to kill him.
Oh well.
Now March is going to come right back to lane via charge. And he's about to pick up his level 6 too, so he'll probably be able to put some serious pressure on like the Clinks and the Medusa.
I think maybe they could make a play at when Breaker gets 6 and they just go mid. Because neither of the Fnatic's heroes can't really rotate to mid, I think. I don't think Wyvern has the levels to be effective once he goes mid.
Do you think
So
he has
they might
damage
end
though to kill him?
If there's Undying, Draw, Wisp, and Breaker,
That's a lot of heroes.
there's a lot of heroes, but they don't really have anything better to do anyway. And Black is being charged, although it's kind of a wonky timing.
Yeah, they don't have Frost Arrows either. So he has the ultimate, he's going to pop it. Black has his ultimate as well, though. Actually runs out of mana at the last second. Still, without the Draw Ranger.
Yeah. I think it definitely does, though, if Draw's there. But Draw had a creep wave at his tower, so it could really come in.
She can also gust Black when he decides to be greedy and not have his mana shield popped.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They might have enough damage to do.
QO being shadowed here by Mushi. Does get spotted out by the wards and catapult.
Yeah. They don't really have anything to deal with his Clinks right now. Only the Spirit Breaker can kind of stop this hero right now. Dedicated is not to go on mid.
Should they be putting Undying top lane? Because I feel like the Spirit Breaker would be more effective if he was off map.
Yeah, that's probably a good move. Undying can get levels up top. Let Wisp sit in the bottom lane and get levels.
Because with the Spirit Breaker being, you know, showing him his face at that top lane, like, both Medusa and Clinks are both kind of like, eh. You know, unless there's a Spirit Breaker there ganking him, they're not going to die.
Yeah. And Moshi's playing like really aggressive in mission too. So if Spirit Breaker's off the map, he's not showing the top map. She's not gonna be able to do these things.
I like this aggressive build though. The medallion on Clinks.
It kind of just eats away at the Lina, I think, and the Undying.
Yeah.
There's so many low armor heroes on the side of MVP. So when it comes to fights, he's going to do a lot. And it's just a cheap damage dealing item too. And it gives him the option of roshing as well. Like,
Alright, Fabi's doing Roche.
He just got dragged alongside the Spirit Breaker into the
that's
Roshan
so sad,
pit.
actually. It's just full health and then one is tether and you just...
Yep. I don't think March, like, that was a pretty obvious place where he charged through. Like, he actually charged through middle. So
Yeah.
they knew he was coming.
And right away we see Mushi going top, since Spirit Breaker left his lane.
Radiant's top tower is under
And
attack.
they're really focusing on getting levels on this Spirit Breaker.
I like that they're doing stacks though, because the game has been pretty passive so far.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if the Spirit Breaker's not able to create space, then you might as well just be a little bit more efficient than the enemy team. Mushi does so much damage.
That early medallion.
Radiant
Doing its
structures
work.
are fortified.
Yeah, I mean, Spirit Breaker has a lot of armor as a hero, but with the medallion he's gone
Radiant's
to
top tower-
negative.
Radiant's top tower has
And
fallen.
Clinks just eats him a lot. I kind of worry for MVP as it is now because Undying and Wisp are not doing anything in this game. And, Medusa's doing okay. We're gonna die? Oh, right.
She's meant to be a little bit behind in farm, I think, too, from the draw. Because once the draw hits 6, it's pretty hard to LS hit her.
Even early on, the Draw Ranger definitely had a damage advantage over the Medusa, just based off her precision aura.
Yeah, and the Dusa has to be careful too, because he can't pressure up because he knows that the gank from the Spirit Breaker has potential.
Yeah.
And they're going
Charge
for
on
mid right
Mushi?
now. Do they have dust for this? Yeah.
They're actually charging all the way in here, but Mushi still has his death pack going, so he's plenty tanky. MP pushes back net, and
Alright.
March also get away. They force TPs. That's good.
Oh, it was 2 TPs, I think. So, it's like a...
Mushi trying to track down the Spirit Breaker. Finds him in the form of a charge bash.
I'm looking at Bristle's items, and he's gone for the buckler first, along with the headdress. But he hasn't picked up treads yet,
Dyer's bottom
which I don't really
tower
like.
is under attack.
I think treads is like the best Bristle back item there is. It just gives you like so many more quills if you actively tread swap for the quills. So I think treads are like the best item to get, even before the mech. With
Kyo's
that said,
pretty
he has enough gold to just finish the mech.
Kyo's getting
Dyer's
pretty
middle
close to his
tower
Yule
is under
Scepter.
attack.
And that might just be a sign for them to start getting aggressive.
Oh,
And
they've got
Mushi's
the
actually-
charge on
they know.
Mushi. They missed the Light Strike array.
This is so weird for Mushi, because he knows that he's caught.
Mhm.
If he goes to the... he can't TP out, and he can't really go on QO either. Like, Mushi's just dead.
Yeah.
That's such a weird position to be in, because he's nowhere near anybody. He's not really sure what to do. Do
Why
you
didn't
think
he
he should
try and run the tower?
I think it was way too far at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
I think the play actually there is just to fight QO and hope that you can pop him in time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it goes back to what you said earlier with them having 3 cores, and the Clinks kind of has to be the guy to make the space for both Bristle and Medusa. It's gonna naturally put him at risk against a hero like Spirit Breaker, who's just gonna run at you as soon as he sees you. So
Yules is done. So QO will have a lot
Dyer's
easier
middle
opportunity
tower
finding
is under
those.
attack.
But who does he even pick off
Dyer's
here?
structures are
Like the Lion and the Winter Wyvern will be together, and
Yeah.
if the Clinks has the Death Pack going, I don't think he can blow him up by himself. And Bristleback won't take any damage, nor will Dusa really.
I mean, he can just keep farming with the Yules. He doesn't have to just completely change his game plan and just go for kills. He
Dyer's
can just
bottom
keep farming.
tower is under attack.
Zai, when a Spirit Breaker is getting as much farm as he is, like I feel like March is spending a lot more time in lane than you would see from most Spirit Breakers. What do you go in a game like this? Because normally it's like Midas, right? But you also want to keep
Dyer's
the
bottom tower has
pressure up
fallen.
as much as possible.
Oh, this 3-man smoke.
Oh, this is going to be awkward. 3-man
got them all.
silence, push back, Tombstone. Still, though, Mushi is there trying to take down MP, but fortunately, March comes in just in time, plus the heal. Looks like they're going to try and take away the rest of this stack via both Black and DJ. And they'll be successful. MVP have no response.
DJ's such a
Dire's
weird name.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah.
I don't know why he named himself.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Chrissy wants to be known as that, I guess.
Although I admire people who have like creative nicknames.
It's because his name is Dargel. It's like DJARDL. Is how you spell his name.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under
well.
attack.
Each to his own.
What?
Each to his own.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell's I?
I don't know.
See, at least his means something. It's like part of his name.
Alright.
When did you first choose the name Zai?
That was like... I used to have an older nickname that was like Zai. And then everyone just called me Zai anyway.
Dire's structures are
Oh, Mushi! He's been popped. March, he ran right past that counter ward. Got the nether strike on him. They didn't even need the Laguna Blade, so they can keep on going if they want to. Yule Scepter, they're going to go for the Bristleback here. Light Strike Array lands, but Bristleback does have his back turned, and there's the Winter's Curse as well. So they're not going to try and fight it. Middle lane, Dean's waiting for his opportunity to throw out the Tombstone. Hits net, silenced up, MP just goes for the tower as quick as possible. They get it, relocate now from behind. Nice Earth Spike though. Controls some of these heroes, takes out the Wiz. QO turns around, but he managed to get next up. Still though, the Mask of Madness MP keeps on going. Tombstone on top of DJ. They're going to be able to take him out. Winter's Curse is coming though. No, DJ actually survives. Now QO dies to MP's right clicks. The DJ, he still keeps on going. Draw Ranger coming back, trying to go on DJ, but he managed to get the Cold Embrace with the Mask of Madness. And now double damage. Black's going to be able to get that kill. Now pops the ultimate as well. No escape for MVP Phoenix. March might be the only one who escapes here. He's got to charge up and we'll head out to the top lane, so he's good. But MVP Phoenix is way too aggressive, choosing to fight too long around that tier 1 area.
Yep. Just MVP things, I think. Just a casual tier 2 dive. And it's not really a play to be made. You can't really go on the Bristleback like that. Dedicated relocate for the Bristleback. Like, even if there's only Lion there, Lion is like completely. It's like enough to completely turn the thing around. If there's a Wyvern there as well, which we saw when he came later, you're always gonna die. So, just taking unnecessary risks, I think.
They probably could have just waited after they got the kill on the Clink's bottom, and they took the mid tower for free. They probably should have just been okay with that. It's not like they're massively behind or anything. Like, the Drogus is getting a ton of farm, so is their Lina. They were putting pressure on the map, and the Clink's item progression has really fallen off. I feel like if they just played passively there, they're fine, but they give the Medusa so much as a result of that bottom fight.
Yeah.
And again, they're charging on DJ, but I don't actually think they can kill him without either Ags or like a Silver Edge on...
Please don't go March.
Yeah, I don't think this is a thing.
Our Dick Burn is a response from Ohio, but with all these heroes behind, that would have been disastrous. Net worth-wise, what do we got? 1,000 gold lead for Fnatic right now, and about 3,500 experience lead.
Yeah.
Still very even game.
It's fairly even. If you look at the course, the only difference I think is that Bristleback as a hero, with the amount of farming he has right now, is kind of he doesn't really have to be afraid of anything that MVP has going for them right now. While even if MVP has 2 heroes with like 6.6k net worth, this hero could just run in, which is why they can press their advantage right now.
The response, though, I like this. MVP Phoenix are immediately going and split pushing with the Draw Ranger, looking to take that top lane. Plus, could use a little bit more farm, almost has that level 2 marksmanship.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Once he
fallen.
gets that too, they can probably push for a lot more
Dire's
towers.
structures are fortified.
And I think the split push game is okay from MP.
Dire's
Like, he
top
does so much
tower is
damage to
under
towers.
attack.
And he's more independent than this Medusa is. The problem is, like Zai said, you actually have to be so far ahead of the Medusa in net worth. Because the Medusa can just sit there with Mana Shield, tank all your damage with just like a Yasha and an ulti
Oh,
orb.
did he push him up? Oh, I thought he was going to push him up on the cliff with that charge. They're going to start working on Roshan, though, with all their minus armor. Viscous Nasal Goo, Medallion, and the double damage on Black. It's going to go down pretty quickly. If MVP want to be able to intercept, they have to go in right now. Keen leading the way is going to try and drop the tombstone, but it's too late. Charge comes in, but Age is already picked up by... Oh, Winter's Curse actually gets laid out. Meanwhile, the Hex, they do control Net, going to try and pop him. Meanwhile, the ultimate out from Black, not really doing too much. MVP Phoenix are on full retreat at this point. Yule Scepter and QO trying to get away. Nice heal, and DJ will go down. He loses his Aegis. Meanwhile, Mushi, March, pushing back the rest of these heroes. DJ's going to be left alone without a team.
And he does
Coming
so
forward,
much
but
damage.
March is just doing so much work against these three heroes in the back. He even gets Mushi. He turns around, tries to go for DJ. The cold arrow slowing him down. Cold Embrace coming forward. MP, Febby, they're actually going to go for these other heroes. Ohio's going to be the target. Febby wants to go for that, while MP turns around and goes on the Bristleback some more. And sure enough, Febby manages to finish off that Winter Wyvern. What a great fight for MVP Phoenix despite the Aegis advantage.
Yeah, I think that comes down to like the power of undying
Dire's top
in
tower
the
is
rush pit
under
area.
attack.
Like his tombstone is just gonna create so much chaos if you put it on the hill, because no one can actually kill it. So you're just gonna end up fighting for what's the duration?
They were also fighting in the high ground where they had no
Yeah.
vision, so the Lina was able to just kite them infinitely. And so was the Drow. Like, that was such a weird disconnected fight. And I actually think March played that really well.
Oh, yeah.
Because he just went in, the rest
It
of
was
his
so
team played
funny.
the high ground.
When he went in, he just like he ran into the rush. I don't know where he was. He was like over here.
He hit
then
the
he ran-
hit the lion, but then the lion
Yeah, he
blinked.
charged the line and like blinks. So he like ran in like a triangle almost. He ran like this.
Yeah.
And just like stunned 4 heroes in a charge.
Then my favorite part is like he went back and then like got a 3-man charge and pushed all these 3 heroes up the cliff area. And kept them, and then he got
Radiant's
another
middle
charge,
tower
which
is
stalled them up
under
when they
attack.
tried to save the Bristleback.
Yeah.
I mean, he just bought so much time for his team to just sit there and lay on that Bristleback.
If he didn't do that, they would have just killed Kyo immediately. Because Kyo only had like 300 HP that entire fight. But he was able to refresh his spells like 4 or 5 times throughout the fight, which was what allowed them to kill the Bristle. And the Drow with the Wisp, just, you know, the Bristle is pretty tanky, but she actually deals so much damage right now.
I hope DJ identifies that or acknowledges that the only thing he's dying to right now is like ground the auto attacks. So it's no. I was gonna say instead of going SOY, he's gonna go Halberd.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think that would have been actually quite nice.
Yeah, like if he goes Halberd, Rishi goes Soul Crest. I don't think he ever dies before they get MKBs. But
Does NP continue to stay really greedy and go damage focused, or does he have to go BKB because blink on the Lion?
I think he can't afford to go BKB this game.
It just will stall up his damage too much.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
There's too many things too that cut through it, like the Stone Gaze, and you've got the Winter's Curse. Like he'll go pretty quickly to physical damage anyways. So I actually think he just relies on Febby front of the Spirit Breaker.
Radiant structures are
In which case, that
fortified.
halberd would have been all the more effective. If
Yeah.
you know that you're can't go BKB.
He's coming in and
March creates some space. Tombs gets laid out. Mushi immediately starts dealing with that one, while Black keeps the rest of the heroes back with Stone Gaze. There goes the Tombstone now. MVP on full retreat. The Stone Ball. Febby trying to save. March
Black
Black
goes-
strike. They blowed up Black. Nice play there from QO. MP trying to get away from DJ. Yule Scepter buys him some time. Light Strike Array stuns up 2. In fact, Teen. He
goes
empty
up so
alive now with these bird force. No, the
He's still not dead.
He's still not gonna die. Febby keeps him alive. The heals come through, and now.
Wonder if they see Mush.
Relocate,
Oh, the boss, the
Mushi,
boss.
Mushi!
Oh.
They see him, but it's late.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
all right.
Well,
Honestly, you know what it is? It's that the Winter's Curse and Stone Gaze don't synergize well together.
yeah, right. That's the god comp right there. You just need to see it in action, and then you'll change your mind.
I mean, because he's Winter's Cursing, and then none of his teammates are attacking because they're Stone Gazed.
Oh, Ohio.
They're gonna kill him. I don't think anybody's nearby enough.
Yeah.
If there was gonna be a response, it would have been sooner.
Dire's
And with the canceled T, they might actually just keep going.
Yeah. Oh, he's actually going Shadow Blade on MP.
Yeah, I was about to say that earlier. If he goes for the Silver Edge, it's probably really good this game, because then he can actually just kill the Bristle.
Alright, March has a solar press now.
Make MP so tanky. Or he's the one drawing all the attention on himself, him so tanky.
You asked me earlier what the best item this game for Spirit Picker would be, and I think March with the Soul Crest probably found the best way. Because he's not gonna attack anyone. He's just kind of creating space for 2 cores. So if just like enables them with the Soul Crest, it's gonna be really good for him.
This is gonna help so much too. And it's kind of crazy because Mushi, we want him to have such a good start, but because he has to play this almost like 3-position role, he has like no item progression. And I think with a hero like Clinks, you absolutely rely on snowballing because he just has nothing. Like he's not providing anything in these fights anymore. Like it mainly just comes down to whether Black can deal enough damage in the Stone Gaze. Will determine whether they win the fights or not. And
yeah.
They are about to get a big upgrade on him. The Scotty is soon to be finished. He's about to get the 2nd ultimate orb.
Yeah, but you've got enough damage now, I think, to deal with him. Like in the previous,
I think so too.
In the previous matchup, they had 0 burst damage, and their physical damage was really reliant on melee. But this time around, you've got a Drow that can just disengage repeatedly, and they've got the burst damage of Kyo, who's about to have 16, and he'll get his. Okay, he's not getting Ags.
I think Blink Dagger's fine. He just kind of has to play this keep away auto attacker in this game. As you said before, he just has to head around and use his spells repeatedly. He deals a lot of damage with the aura and his passes, so since he stays out of harm's way and just keeps auto attack, it's gonna be really effective.
And as
Although
you
he
said,
actually sold his blink.
Sold it? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like it, especially with the already Seal Scepter. Like, as you said, if you're going to be playing away so much.
I just think the Ags helps a lot, especially with bursting down the... I feel like without the Bristle Fly, Fnatic actually can't fight MVP.
Yeah.
So if you get the Ags on him, the Silver Edge on your... then you can pop him pretty quickly.
Double damage on Lina, and just got that level 3 Laguna Blade, but MVP still want to farm up some more. They do have the Shadow Blade on the MP. Are going to wait out the full Silver Edge and the next Roshan?
No, he's just going to disassemble.
Oh, you're right. I forgot he had SNY.
Yeah, let's... Where's Bristle when it comes to BKB? Okay, Bristle went Blink Dagger to get on top of something, but he's actually just going to get destroyed now.
Yeah.
Like, he needed a BKB or an armor item.
If he bought that item before they lost the previous team fight, it would have been okay, I think. But now, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he really wants to get on top of the draw.
I think Drow Ranger was hiding that Silver Edge.
Oh, and he's gonna get...
Please relocate.
Relocate. Febby is on the way, but the Winter Curse actually stalls him up. MP, though, don't have the Shadow Blade. They're getting away. Joss now has to turn and fight, but
he's not dying.
He's staying alive. Febby's still kicking him up.
Oh,
somehow.
he's not dead.
He's taking out Ned, and now DJ is going to be hiding around. Black and Musher sitting on the low ground.
The Stone Gaze is
go
done.
for Black as best as possible. MP playing hiding games, but DJ managed to catch him with a Pink Dagger. Black, he's fighting up against 3. DJ's beating Q as best he can. They get Black in the end. Can they turn and fight against DJ? Doesn't look like it. The Zombie and the Space Cow going to try and get out. TP away for one, Chart away for the other. They will escape a 3-for-3 there, and it feels like Fnatic actually won that fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's like these 3 games, there's so many real kids that should be free, but Febby just kind of rushes them. It's just, it's hard to get because they should be, in theory, these kills should not be happening. Because Febby can just really get the draw out and then nothing happens. But instead, they end up losing so many heroes because of some misplays.
If he gets that relocate off, I actually think they just dominate that fight. It's not even very close. Because the Drow was able to deal... He actually just solo killed the Lion and brought Medusa down to like half by himself. If he's able to survive for even like a third more HP than what he had, I think they just turn and destroy that fight. Because he had to use the Silver Edge to kill the Lion, which is really inefficient. That's not what he wants to use it for.
Yeah.
But he was trying to avoid getting chained up. And so, I think if in a straight 5v fight, if Febby is able to reset the fight, then they should be able to dominate.
Now they've lost at least a little bit of that advantage with the Silver Edge being revealed. DJ has 1,700 gold after that fight, so he can start working towards the BKB that we mentioned earlier.
He might not even go BKB and go for like Sivas or something.
I think the armor is actually better, especially when the Lina gets an Ags.
Yeah.
Like, you probably just go for armor straight up.
There really aren't that many things that BKB prevents in this game.
Link Shiva sounds legit.
It's better. I think it's better than... Because I think if you had gone the BKB immediately, it would have been okay. But once the items start turning in, I think the time is starting to pass, where it's going to be useful.
Okay.
CMP trying to sneak a Roche, but...
Yeah, they know. DJ immediately jumps on top of him, force back, but now Net jumps immediately afterwards. Febby comes in. He's trying to keep MP alive, but it looks like he's going to be forced to reload, but he's too late! Drone Ranger dies, the Tombstone's done, and now QO's going to be locked in. He was just about to throw out a spell, but now he's frozen.
He's got to get the suicide off.
Yeah, he gets the Bloodstone Suicide. Oh my god, he didn't even get out. A relocate, or TP out. Relocate back in, Febby. He needs to tether away to the side. He's got March. No, he goes to the creeps, TP's up. But now it's going to be Roshan for Fnatic.
He had time there too, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like decision making coming into play. He wasn't really sure if the Drow was going to survive if he just healed him up or if he needed to relocate him in. But as a result, he like kind of hesitates and the relocate is too late.
Now we have an Aegis on our Bristleback, so we can just freely dive in, catch out the Draw Ranger with no fear.
They've just lost 2 consecutive fights in a row, and the Bristle's getting huge now. Like,
yeah.
There was a time period where I actually think MVP were super strong. Like, as soon as they got the Silver Edge, and the Bristle decided to go for the Blink, I think that was just a really nice counter, but they immediately took the fight to MVP, and they just had better engagements overall.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually think, like, if Fnatic loses that fight, then MVP just takes so much control out of the map and the game, but now things have become really tough. And
they might go on this Bristle top if March gets the charge.
He's already running. They're actually going for bottom right now.
Oh, they tried to get him, but they don't have any counter vision. They had to lead with the silence. So missed opportunity.
I think they still might go on Bristle if he shows himself on the top lane maybe. I'm not sure if he will. And March is already charged, so that might.
March is going to try and complete his BKB. There's the Blink Dagger for the Clinks now. How much time do you get MVP Phoenix before this game becomes too much, right? Because Draw Ranger strats naturally going to stall out over time. And then you're facing a very good late game squad in Fnatic.
At the same time, I don't think MVP's late game is that bad.
Okay.
I think Draw's only problem in this game is getting overwhelmed by the Bristol and the Queens with their big tech.
Oh, they get silence up. They kill DJ. There goes that Aegis. They're going to stick around. Oh, I don't know. Sticking around is the play here. They're going to try and go for him a second time, but they don't have that burst damage. Now comes the ultimate out from Black. MP trying to run himself up. He goes for the silence.
He's okay for now.
He's slowed down so much. Now Nat managed to get the Hex. Baby's still there, ready to go with the relocate if necessary. He's right in the middle of everyone. Turn around. March gets off the ultimate. Febby's still waiting on that relocate. They're getting slowly but surely damage on DJ, but he has to relocate down to the safety. So right-hand side, they managed to take out Muji. Snet as well. QO's on a double kill spree. Now he's going to move for more. DJ actually gets a blink away with a haste rune as well. March,
17% for your life.
If you can hit the charge so many times. Oh, he's just TPing out.
But look, as soon as they get MP out of the fight and to safety, they commit so much to kill him. Like this is if they had done this in any of the 3 fights or were able to, this would have been even more dominant. Like that's all they need is to reset the fight and allow themselves time for MP to kind of regroup, because they commit so much to kill him. And during the Wisp field too, it just takes so much, and all you have to do is save him, reset the fight, and let QO deal the damage. Like QO is actually maybe even more dangerous than like a straight up engagement because of his ult.
And they do that, right? Like Fnatic continue to pursue because they don't have a choice, right? They have to force the relocate. If they turn around, they're just going to be kited by the Draw Ranger.
So what happened there was when Draw Ranger runs up here on the ring ancients, they end up splitting up. Brittle and Medusa both chase after the Draw and Wisp, and then they end up with 3 heroes that are still around here. and then 2 heroes here. So they're split up, and they end up dying to the Spear Picker Lina undying combo, which has killed 3 other heroes. Because they can't really do anything once their 2 tanky heroes are when they're not close, they're just gonna get overrun. So,
Who is the winner's
Fnatic,
curse used on? Did you see?
I did not see, but it was probably not coordinated with Bristle and Medusa. It's probably to save Clump or something.
Alright, so you got the plate mail now on DJ.
Oh, the courier. Oh,
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh, what did that have on it?
Talisman of Evasion and Mystic Step.
That's huge. The way
South
the
in Ohio,
Shivas-
though. They get that.
They have vision of this high ground area, but he's gonna move in. Do they have any vision of this? No, they don't. That might actually just go down, and MP's pushing forward.
2-man silence. They don't have the Yule Scepter just yet. Black actually turns and fights, knows they're not going to be able to get away, so he starts focusing on QL as best he can. MP tanks the stone form, keeps on going. Mara, he's stalling up the road of Fnatic so the rest of his team can move forward. It does cost him his life. It may be a great fight, especially with the relocate forward. They want to be able to get in front of Bristol back, and they're successful. And they're also going to catch the Medusa on the side. Yule Scepter, Black knows he's dead. He just goes for the kill on Febby, but he will not get it. MVP win that fight handedly. 4 heroes go down, and all they lost, which March's Spirit Breaker.
March is just playing so well right now. Like, you're only going to see his score or something and say that he had a bad game or he wasn't actually useful. But the way that he's setting up these fights for his team, like, he's pretty much barreling into 3 heroes by himself every single time. Then they overcommit for him, and then the rest of his team deals damage quickly.
MP, Winter's Curse, can they actually take him out in time? Oh, no, he's too far forward. Bevy wasn't there to save him. He thought all he needed to do was heal him. He actually didn't have reload anyway. QO managed to get out. And Bevy, TP away, it'll be good as well.
Yeah,
But
it's not that bad for MP. They forced out to do some buyback.
Yeah.
It would have been really good if Jarl died. It's not that overall.
Oh, now they've got a counter Blink Shivas from QO.
Yep. Yeah, that's like the most undervalued combo in Dota, I think. Blink Shivas. Gives you a lot in terms of initiation and stuff. If I remember correctly, it's what it's like speed gaming at MLG Columbus, like Blink Shivas OD. I won them games. But
You've got a Ghost Scepter now on Febby too, so it'll be pretty hard to kill. March almost has his BKB. You're just seeing a ton of items stream in. You've got, I assume, wait, he just got the Talisman of Evasion, right? I figured he'd have a little bit more farm than this.
Just the Talisman.
Yeah, so he's got a Talisman. But it still helps because there's no MKD on the side of Fnatic, and the item progression of Black is really slowed down because of that buyback, and just the amount of fights they've inefficiently taken. Like, I actually think this Clinkz is going to build something like a Hex, and just turn it into like full utility at this point.
Yeah, that makes a good amount of sense, especially if like his target would usually be like the Wisp or somebody, right? He just links in, Scythe, Solar Crest, and just pops him as soon as he can.
Do you agree, Zai? Do you think that he can really play as a 1 or 2 position anymore?
I mean, I don't think the Clinkz fits into this lineup at all anymore. It was already a bit wonky, but since the lane went so well in the early game, it kind of worked. But then once he started falling off, kind of just been...
It almost just felt a little bit too greedy. Like, if you had a core that could space crate or initiate for Fnatic, because that's where they seem to struggle right now, is actually starting the fight. Like, they even had to invest a Blink Dagger into their Bristleback.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we talked about when they drafted these heroes. Like, I pointed to Game 3 as a reference where they had Darkseer and Leshrac as team fighting heroes. But Clinkz and Bristle really doesn't offer the same thing that those 2 heroes did. So they're running into the issue where getting on top of Jarl and Lina is what they have to do, but it's getting progressively harder. Because, well, for one, Febby started realizing that they can actually really get out heroes, and then MVP is just starting to play around it better.
Ooh, it's going to be an early Roshan. That could be favorable for MVP Phoenix. Currently have a pretty good control of the map right now.
Everybody's coming in from Fnatic right now. They've got a Haste Rune too. And this is probably going to be one of the determining fights, because if Black dies in this fight, they know that his buyback is down for quite some time. But at the same time, I don't think Fnatic can afford to just give up a Roshan for free.
QO, they keep trying to go for him, but he's
going to the
have enough
ground.
game sense to always stay back in time.
There's so many picks right now.
Oh, QO, he's going to run right into this one. Shivas and the Winter's Curse both laid out. QO, oh, relocate back. He's actually going to stay alive, even the finger of death being wasted. And now they're going to charge back in. March is going to try and force this fight. He goes for Net first and tries to lock that support down as best he can. It looks like Net will end up falling here. No, the ultimate out for Black. It's a beauty. It locks down 4, and Net's going to be able to survive. Now QO, the next target, though. The Wisps keeping him alive. Mushi dropping low. Heen is also healing everybody up. MP ends up down in the end. Febby could not save him. Net is somehow still alive. Battling out with the Wisp will finally go down. Tether away, not an option. Heen will now have to TP back out. Left-hand side, QO trying to get away, but won't escape from the Scotty. Has to Bloodstone suicide.
Kind of weird engagements. I felt like it would be fine after Lina got relocated out,
Dire's
but
top
then
tower is under attack.
I think the Medusa
tower
ult just
has
turned things around. Pretty much everyone from MVP side got caught on the Stone Gaze, just got solo due to
Radiant's
life.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they did it after the Winter's Curse, and I think they had the same idea. Like once the Winter's Curse is done and relocated, we can just turn around. But that I think MP actually played a little bit too forward. Like if he didn't get caught by that stun, I think he could deal a lot of damage in that fight. And the Lion actually did way too much work in that fight. Like he got every single one of his abilities off.
He was supposed to die to the Bristleback with his BKB, but March got caught at the Stone Gaze while trying to go for the Lion, so they couldn't finish him off.
Yeah.
If Lion dies there, they use like 50% of their teamfight control. Or I guess it's 70.
Oh, what is this? Relocate. They forced out the glyph right away. They gotta be careful though. Bevy cannot afford to go down here. MP, he's being healed. Stay alive 4 seconds. Wow. They just forced that one. Looks like DJ, they're on him as well, but this is not the engagement. In fact,
They're gonna lose Heen for sure.
yeah, he's gonna be slowed down enough. Shiva's trying to slow everything down. He does.
He actually gets
escape TP away. Winter's Curse?
Nope.
No.
Alright, Dota 2.
That was such an awkward play.
I think they just win the Curse Heen there. I think it's worth it. Because it's not like the Undying Hand buyback or anything, but still think the Roshan is going to go down for sure. And this is a big one too, because she's and Vegas, and they've got heroes that can utilize both of them.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Second Aegis now for the Bristleback. Oh boy, he just blinks so aggressively. They have the damage. Laguna Blade, Shiva's slowing him down. The physical is not going to be enough though. Looks like GJ. No, QL's going to commit to this one. He really wants to take out that Aegis, but now he's going to be caught. He's locked in by Net. They finally take away that Aegis, but QL's going to go down as well. Bebby, he didn't have relocate for another second.
I think it's okay though, because if they had the Aegis, they probably would have been able to siege pretty well. Without the Aegis, they probably can't go high ground.
I actually think that was a good play, because your Bloodstone Lina is going to come back pretty soon, and there's no way in a straight 5-on-5 engagement that you're going to be able to take him down twice.
Okay.
Like, I think that's weirdly okay.
Yeah. Turned out okay, even though maybe the initial plan wasn't that good.
March split pushing, relocate back. Heen is going to TP away, and Febby's relocate is not really needed. DJ, I think knows there's no possible way he gets that kill.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Mushi, he thinks he can get it. Ghost Scepter. Oh, there's a finger of death.
All right.
Right as he relocated back to the fountain too.
Sure, man.
He really should have. I think if he just Glimmer Capes or runs away, because there's no reason for him to be in that area in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, there's no game there.
I mean, I think he was just toying around with Fnatic. Like, he tethers a creep and he's, well, me guys, I'm gonna disappear in 2 seconds. So.
It feels like one of those things where MVP Phoenix, just everything seems a bit desperate. You know, like the relocate up to the top lane to try and like push down to tier 3, and then back up to do Roshan or something, and then like that play trying to draw more time for the top lane to push in. I feel like MVP Phoenix are still okay in team fights, but they're acting like it's a lot more of a desperate occasion than it is.
They're not even that behind in net worth.
I'm starting to get really scared of the Dusa, I think.
Yeah.
Like it's starting to crack their confidence, and they resort to these like split push kind of moves, which don't really work out. But they feel like they have to do something in order to work.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Normal late game is gonna work anymore. because the bristleback is no longer the biggest problem for them. It's the Deuce amount that actually deals damage. So,
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
MP slowed down. Is going to be revealed by the dust as well. TP out, but Winter's Curse makes sure. And again, the attempted split push play gets punished.
I think they're definitely panicking more than they have to right now. And they're just getting a little bit sloppy. Like, when it came to net worth, they weren't even far behind, if at all. Like, until the very end there, it was pretty much like up to 0. And when it comes to XP, it was in a similar position where it was nearly 0, but like 4 pickoffs in a row turn it into a 5k net worth difference and a 7,500 experience difference, which is fairly significant. That's like 1 full level.
Radiant's middle tower is
And
under
they don't
attack.
have to do this though. They're playing it way too aggressively. There's no reason for them to have to do this. They can just kind of chill out. There's no Aegis on the other side too. Kyo's even going to go in. He knows the Winter's Curse is on CD.
Yeah, he's got that fresh BKB he wants to try and use, but Black's got the MKB that's pushing back these heroes.
Got a cheese too.
Radiant's middle
12 more
tower
seconds until the Draw Rangers back up. Desperately need that source of damage. QO's just trying to buy for time right now. DJ, though, is focusing on that melee racks. He's being brought a bit low, though. Got to be careful. That Laguna Blade's ready to go. Now, the pursuit. They're going to see if they can catch somebody. Net comes forward, misses the disable. March just charges right through everybody. Goes straight for TJ. Now turns. Ultimate. Where's it going to go? Goes onto the Bristleback. Now he's just going to try and make an escape somehow through the trees, but too much of a slow, too much physical damage. They're going to be able to get him. Left-hand side. Febby. Oh, no. He's caught in the Winter's Curse with MP right-clicking him down. He kills his ally. QO goes down. Buybacks. It's not going to mean much. MP. He's going to get away, but Heen. Oh, nice Glimmer Cape TP out. That actually keeps them alive, but still, they've lost QO and their Spirit Breaker. Fnatic didn't lose a single hero, and they'll push in and cripple MVP Phoenix.
kind of a weird start for Q to go in there. He just kind of run in there with his BKB popped. Didn't really do anything with it. Just kind of run in there. And it's just, we reached the point where Medusa can just safely hit your towers and you can't really damage her because you have the Wyvern supporting her, you have the Y with stuns and it's crowd control. Medusa can just do these things. And then when Medusa's doing this stuff, you get antsy, and you get pressure to do stuff, which leads to like awkward engagements.
MP locked up. They're just focusing on the Raxes for now. Fnatic know they're in a great position. Need to make sure they don't get too overly aggressive. DJ, Silver Edge on him. But just so happens the Silver Edge duration coincides with Cold Embrace so well. It's just like a direct counter to it.
And it's like, even though you disable the Bristleback ability, you still have like 43 armor. So, I mean, you're not going to be taking too much damage even though your back's disabled.
Now he's going to get Abyssal. So he's got Blink, Abyssal, Shivas. AoE slow, single target stun.
There's a butterfly now too completed on the Medusa, and there's no MKB or anything to speak of on the side of the Drow Ranger or the Lina.
There's your Scythe of Ice.
Yeah, the Hex. I think the Hex makes a really big difference too, because they know that MP doesn't have a BKB, and he won't for quite some time, and they can just blow up Febby first actually, and the Lion can just kind of go in with him. They don't even really have to take an efficient fight, as long as they kill one of those two cores, like the Lina or the Drow. MVP are in a lot of trouble, because those are their two primary damage dealers out of the way. And they're not very tanky either.
Oh boy, QO. He just somehow got himself in the middle of 5 heroes. Literally got surrounded, and now 70 seconds on the clock. They're going to try and catch more here. Febby tethered away. Has to go Scepter to dodge those extra hits. If he wants out of the air, he has to relocate. And that's only going to buy him.
They have any reveal? Yeah, they have a gem.
They have a gem.
They're going to try and tether to MP, looks like.
Shouldn't work.
No. Hexed instantly. And now 2 heroes down for MVP Phoenix. Only 1 laner rack left.
They don't have the buyback on the Lina available either, and I don't know how they're going to hold this.
Radiant's top tower is
Even in an
under
ideal
attack.
scenario, it's going to be a little bit too difficult.
Oh, he's going to go on the
just going to
Drow.
go pick off here.
Radiant's
gonna kill him
top
so
tower
quickly.
has fallen.
Yeah. Oh no!
The evasion!
Solar Crest, or the evasive
Radiant's
talisman.
top tower is under attack.
Managed to survive Silver Edge, though. He's still seen by the...
Yeah, and that's both of the damage dealing cores out of the way without buyback.
Radiant's top tower
So
has
Mega
fallen.
Creeps
Radiant's top barracks
will be
have
obtained by
fallen. Radiant's
Fnatic.
top barracks have fallen.
And MVP Phoenix, even with their
Radiant's top
Ranger,
barracks have fallen.
seems to be off to a decent start. Wasn't able to end the game well enough, and Fnatic, they're going to New York. In a full 5-game series, they managed to pull out the win just barely over MVP Phoenix and will be your representative of the Southeast Asian division.
Do we type GG? What's the common thing to do?
If you want to, you can go for it, Zai.
It's too late already. I missed my chance.
What was he gonna do?
Type GG.
Oh.
That's the player coming to life. Alright. That is not it for us at all. Actually, a half an hour, and we are going to be starting the European games, which is going to be Vega Squadron versus Ninjas in Pajamas. So we have another best of 5 ahead of us. Zai, thank you for joining us, man, for the Southeast Asia games. Do you have any shoutouts or anything you want to give?
Shout out to Black, traveling the world, winning Dota. Shout out to March. Shout out to March. Okay, needs to deal with Q on a daily basis. That must be rough. That's enough.
Alright. Thanks, Zai. That's it. We'll see you guys in another half an hour for the European finals.